Hi, this is Mark, and you're listening to Sports, Politics, and Occasionally Cats, SPOC. Welcome to our podcast today, where you will learn interesting and funny stories about sports, of course, and occasionally politics, but more importantly, stories about wonderful cats in Emmett's life. We're so glad you're here. You can follow us on all the Instagram sites and Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and wherever you get podcasts. Remember, sports, politics, and occasionally cats.
Hello, and welcome back to Sports, Politics, and Occasionally Cats.
It's good to have you back. We're back here for one of our summer editions, so it's been great. Thanks for following and listening to us and liking us and following us on Facebook and YouTube and whatever else we're on, all those platforms. But it's great to have everybody back. We're in the middle of sports season. We got a lot going on. The World Cup just finished up here in town, Emmett, and we watched a lot of soccer. Actually, it was kind of fun. We all were talking the other night. We learned how to watch soccer a little better. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not much of a soccer person, but I watched more of this year's World Cup because there were games in Kansas City.
Yeah, it just got kind of exciting.
Yeah.
But we were kind of figuring the game out a little better, and it was kind of an exciting time here in town to have all these international and national visitors. And I think Kansas City did a good job rolling out the red carpet.
Yeah, and who knows if there's a strike next year in baseball, like they're talking about, I might have to watch more soccer next year.
Yeah. How about that as a threat to get them to negotiate? Can you believe they're actually running commercials supporting the owner's position in the bargaining on TV? That's kind of nuts.
I honestly haven't seen one for a while, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, I saw one the other day, and I thought, man, they got enough money to spend on that. Come on, give me a break. Anyway, I don't want to take sides, but no strike, which is a good way, I guess, baseball to segue into the Royals and the season they're having, which is a bit of a disappointment. You go back and watch some of our earlier shows, I think you'll see Emmett and I doing our predictions. And once again, those don't seem to be coming true. So what do you think of the season so far, Emmett?
It's been not very good, but I'm still holding on to like a historic comeback. I mean, look at the Nationals. In 2019, they were way out of it in the early part of the season, and then they came back and won the World Series. So, it's going to take a lot of doing to overcome 43-61 at the time of this recording. It's possible.
I love your optimism, and that's the great thing about being a baseball fan. You always have to be optimistic, but that may be a bit ambitious. But, it's nice after the All-Star break. They've come back and have won a few games. They had a good homestand. We got to see a couple games. They had kind of another game that I think was emblematic. How about that for a big word? Emblematic of their season so far, where the bullpen just can't close out games. I don't have all the stats, but if I was to say the one disappointment in their season that's kind of undermined everything, it's just been the bullpen, slow start and the bullpen. But anyway, we went to a few games recently and got to see a couple Royals sort of record-setting or record-tying kind of games. Do you want to tell them? I think we saw three things that were pretty significant. What do you think?
In the game we went to against the Phillies after 4th of July, they did something that's now has only happened twice in the team history. Scored a run in every inning.
Yeah, we got there and the Phillies got, a home run or something? They scored a run in the first inning. We thought, oh, boy, here we go. And then they came roaring back and got, 3 or 4 runs in the bottom of the first?
Yeah.
And then scored a run in every inning. That's been the first time, I think, was it 1989 was the last time the Royals did it. And I read something that a team scoring a run in every inning that they come to at bat is rarer, more unlikely to happen than a pitcher throwing a perfect game. So that was a pretty unique thing to get to see. That was pretty exciting. I mean, we just couldn't believe it as the game was going on. It was kind of a fun game to watch.
And then Tyler Tolbert got 12 straight hits or something, or 12 either 12 straight hits or 12 straight on base.
12 hits
12
hits in a row.
Yeah.
And people listening in might say, who is Tyler Tolbert? Well, he's not a big name outside of Kansas City. He's probably not even a big name in Kansas City, but he's kind of their super utility person, and they're almost, if there is such a thing in baseball, designated runner. They bring him in late to get around the bases, and he's been pretty successful at that. But he was just smoking the ball that night. Now, he had a couple lazy infield hits, but he's so fast he got down there. And then the next night he had another hit and tied the record. And he'll go down with some of the more famous players in baseball for having the most consecutive hits in a row, which is pretty cool. And we got to see him get 5 hits in one game, which was pretty phenomenal, part of that streak.
And then do we have a visitor?
I think we do, but we'll save her for later.
And then I believe the third one Dad's referring to is Salvador Perez. He tied George Brett's home run record at 317, and he's one home run away from tying it.
Or breaking the record.
I'm breaking it.
Yeah, he tied George Brett's record for most home runs by a Royal, and now we're just waiting for him to get one more to be the all-time Royals home run hitter. Hey, I think we may have to do a change in our show, don't you think? Come here. We have a special guest appearance we're trying to lure on camera. Come on. Oh, come here. Can you say hi to all of our listeners and viewers? Say hi, Miss Twiggy. You've woken up from your mid-morning slumber to come down and stick your tail in our camera while we're trying to record our podcast. So if you see a little shaky camera, she likes to rub her neck up against our computer to kind of scratch.
Mark, her sense. Okay, let's just get her off the camera.
Okay. Keep talking, Emmett. Anyway, that's part
okay.
So we're sports, politics, and occasionally cats, and we just occasionally had a cat occasionally pop in. I think it just adds a bit of reality to our show there, Emmett.
Yeah.
Okay, where were we?
So
Salvi's on the home run record.
And if Salvi would have been at bat to break the record, if Salvi would have tied the record, say, Tuesday night, then when I went to the game Wednesday, I would have recorded his at bat, and if he got the record-breaking home run, I would have put it on our podcast page. So I'm kind of hoping he doesn't hit it. I'm kind of hoping he more or less goes cold till he gets back to Kansas City, so I can maybe be there to see it.
Yeah, home run cold. We want lots of doubles, triple, singles, walks.
The problem with doubles, Salvi can't run very fast.
Yeah, he gets doubles. Yeah, but he smashes the ball. But anyway, we don't want him to go cold. We just don't want a home run until we get a chance to go see it. So, excuse my little moment of off camera. I was guiding Miss Twiggy to a better place in our studio.
Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta love the cats. There she goes, up the stairs, back to her dressing room. She'll be back down for an appearance probably later. But meanwhile, our best friend Logan is sitting right next to us on his pillow, just being patiently watching us record. So sorry for the little interruption there, but that's why it's sports,
politics, and occasionally cats.
So yeah, the Royals are kind of struggling. What do you think they're going to do at the trade deadline? We've kind of talked about that. That's coming up August 3rd, I think it's the day.
At
so
6 Eastern.
6 Eastern, yeah.
I'll be honest. There are only a few people that I believe they can't trade. Salvi, Witt, Cags, Jensen, Cameron, and Noah Cameron, because he's about as homegrown gets. Like, he was born in St. Joe, which is just north of here.
And Carter Jensen was born even closer, just north of the river. Yeah, I think those are some good things. Everybody says Michael Wacha and Seth Lugo could get a package, but if anything this season has taught us, they've been making some small minor trades to acquire pitching or picking up people who've been DFA'd by other teams, is you can't have enough pitching. And at least my vote is don't trade those guys unless somebody comes in with just a blow you away, a couple good offensive players, position players, and some up-and-coming pitchers, maybe. But, the Royals, I think, are looking at this season as kind of a fluke. Didn't play out as well as they want. And, they want to build around the core, and I think part of their core is having good starting pitching and depth. I mean, I've lost track of how many pitchers are on the injured reserve now.
I've not been counting.
Yeah, well, it takes more than the fingers on one hand to add up everybody who's on the IL. Probably that many guys on the 60-day IL.
Well,
So anyway, but I think they've got some possible trade bait. Maybe some of their relievers might get them a little something in return.
Yeah.
Maybe Lane Thomas, who's on an expiring contract. So we'll see what they do. But we'll just watch it day to day. What else? Anything else about the Royals?
could they get Aaron Judge or Jacob Mizorowski?
Well, Aaron Judge is on the injured list, so I don't know if they need
He's
him.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, well, it costs a small fortune, and he's not leaving New York, and we don't have
Okay,
anything to trade.
how about Jacob Mizorowski?
I don't think that's going to happen either.
What would he have to trade to get him?
Everything we have, Bobby Witt,
The stadium.
Vinny, the new stadium, yeah, not going to happen.
Being real.
Well, you can keep dreaming. So, what do you think of the All-Star game, Emmett?
It was fun, and yeah, I have to say, the Phillies fans were so nice. Wink.
Wait, I keep telling you, they're Philly fans. That's what they do. That's being Philly nice. You know, you got Midwest nice, Midwest kind,
But
and you got Philly. They're passionate.
but when Cags got introduced in the home run derby, he got booed.
They booed everybody. They booed the bat boy. That's just what they do. It's Philly.
What do you expect?
Yeah, but it was a good game. It was a real pitcher's duel.
Yeah.
Our two reps, Bobby Witt and Michael Waka, showed well. You know, they didn't blow the game away, but then nobody did. It was kind of a pitcher's duel throughout, but it was kind of a fun game to watch.
Do you agree with Cody Bellinger getting All-Star Game MVP?
Yeah, I mean, you know, unless you gave it to the whole pitching staff, I'm not sure. I mean, he knocked in the winning run. And
Yeah, but
that's what made the difference. So.
what about the guy that actually got a home run?
Yeah, but the game was already won at that point. So, yeah, that's probably the only choice. He didn't blow the game away, but nobody did other than the combined American League pitching staff, which was great. A lot of good people. So, yeah, it was fun, and we've moved on. And like we said a minute ago, we're kind of waiting for the All-Star game, the trade deadline, see what happens, big moves. And then it'd be just nice to see our Royals make a solid push through the second part of the season, or actually the last 60 games or so, and just play better baseball than they did in the first part of the season, and kind of get some momentum to the extent that that's a real thing into next year. But what's just around the corner?
Preseason. Preseason.
Yeah, so it's coming up. But training camp opens the 29th, I think. So we're just less than a week away from the Chiefs reporting to St. Joe at Missouri Western, or MoWo as we called it, and starting their hopefully rebound, get back on the bus and get back on the train and rebuild the season. So what are you thinking about? What are some of the things to look for in the preseason?
I totally understand this would be a risk, but I feel it's a risk worth taking. But I believe Mahomes needs to play some in the preseason if he's going to be back week one, because if he goes into week one with no game practice under his belt, we're not going to beat Bo Nix and the Broncos if he doesn't have any practice in the preseason, I feel like.
Real game experience. Yeah, I mean, all signs are looking good that he'll be around for the season opener, but I tend to agree with you. He needs a little bit of game experience without pushing the envelope too hard. I mean, even when he was healthy, like last year, I mean, he played a little bit, but not a whole lot. So I think they need to test him out a little bit. What other things are you going to be looking for? So obviously, I think it's a given. We're all looking to see how Patrick bounces back. We've got Travis for another year or two. So hopefully he can bounce back. He's married now. Ought to be settling down. Like that's Travis.
And I don't expect him to play all 4 quarters of all 3 games. Maybe the first game he plays 3 quarters, second game half.
Who's that? Mahomes?
Mahomes.
It ain't gonna happen.
He needs practice so he can be back week 1.
No, I'm not going to play him that much. If he gets 3 series in the first game, I'd be surprised.
Are you going to go any games this year?
Probably not.
Why not?
I don't have tickets. That's the first thing. Second,
Try and sneak in.
Yeah, that doesn't work really well. No, probably watch them from the best seat in the house.
Which is where?
The couch, in front of the TV, or listen
Cold
to
beer.
it on the radio with cold beer. Costs a lot less. I can buy a case of beer for the price of one at the Arrowhead. So,
And invite Joe over.
and have the boys over
And then our niece.
and our little grandbaby. Yep. So it'll be good. But yeah, so I think I'm looking to see how Patrick comes back, get him a little playing, see where his knee's at and how he can move around. A couple things I'm looking for. You hear a lot of people, offensive line, defensive line. I think overall it's both the trenches. If they can solidify the offensive line, the sense you get is they feel like they've got the parts. They just need to get them playing together. There's a certain sort of rhythm and flow and unity and familiarity that comes with offensive linemen. And then I think their upgrades on the defensive line, it'll be curious to see if they can get more quarterback pressure than they had last year, and especially stop third and long plays. I mean, it was just crazy. It's kind of like the Royals getting bases loaded with no outs and they hit into a double play. But so we'll see if they can pressure. So those are the two things I'll be watching for: the trenches, the O&D line. And then I'm curious with the new coaches coming in, how their offense will evolve, particularly in light of the signing of Walker as our running back and Mahomes coming out of his knee injury, if they'll do a little more under center and how they'll reshape or retool the offense to kind of protect him a little bit more and take advantage of the money they've invested in new running backs. So that'll be good. And then I always like training camp to see who are these unsung, maybe even undrafted players they've got who kind of emerge out of nowhere and become contributors on the roster.
Yeah.
I think you can go through every position group and find something to be looking for. But for me, it's kind of these emerging players who come in and fill holes, whether it be on special teams or even breakthrough moments and get some significant playing time. But and I think the area that I'd really like to see some of these unsung heroes really emerge is when it comes to our receivers, whether it be tight ends or wideouts. We need to kind of up the game there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for too. But it's going to be a curious year. I think it's kind of a grit your teeth and cross your fingers and hope for the best. We'll see how it goes.
So if Mahomes somehow isn't back week 1, who would you want to start, Nussmeier or Fields?
That's a good question. I think the obvious choice at this moment right now before training camp's open is probably Justin Fields, just because that's who he is. Yeah, I know.
Justin
you don't think
Fields
he's got
played for the Jets.
Well, you can't hold the Jets against anybody. That's
and Justin Fields played for the Bears, and they didn't do very well either.
That's probably not far from the Jets in terms
and
of
the
just
Steelers.
Well,
They didn't do
Steelers,
very
that's
well.
different. He didn't, yeah. But I think having him around with Andy Reid and Bieniemy and the others will help him out. But if Nussmeier really puts it together, I mean, he showed some flashes in their OTAs and team practices, but it's a lot to ask for a guy to come in, particularly behind Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and just step in on week 1 as a rookie and take off. But we'll see. So I think Patrick, I'm not too worried about it. I think he will start the season unless something happens. He tweaks his knee or some other injury. So that's kind of where I'm at on that.
Well, 2 things before we close on this, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, one, they better have Mahomes in that yellow no contact jersey in St. Joe.
They better wrap him in bubble wrap, I think.
Because if he somehow does something happens in spring training, what's it called? Training camp. and he can't be back till week 9, we're cooked. And then 2, did you hear the sad story out of the Panthers training camp? Like, I think it's like I want to say they're 2025, like, I don't know what round, but a draft pick from a recent draft who I guess they saw as a star prospect tore his ACL on a non-contact play or non-contact injury.
Non-football injury.
On the first day of spring. training camp.
It's okay. We got a lot of sports going on. We got soccer, baseball, WNBA, a lot going on. So training camp. Anyway, you always got to worry. I mean, Patrick went down. It happened. Yeah. So I think you're right. They need to put an extra bright yellow jersey on this year, and hope somebody doesn't get silly and take a poke at him, which is another reason in my mind not to expose him too much during the preseason. But we'll see.
Well, I mean,
so you think the Chiefs can make it back to the Super Bowl?
I'll be honest. This is going to be the rare year under Mahomes that I'm not expecting Super Bowl. I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere a torn ACL takes like a year to recover or something. So he tore it mid-December. So he won't be back to full strength until mid-December. So let's play over under 9 wins.
I'm going to go over. I think they'll do
11 or 10.
Yeah, I'd take 10. 10 or 11 maybe. Yeah, I think if Patrick stays healthy and they do a good job protecting him and balance the run-pass game a little bit, and I think the opportunity for the defense to kind of round out a little bit, put more pressure. I think 10 or 11 games is realistic. They have a tough schedule, though.
Yeah, and I noticed when I looked at the schedule, they have a lot more noon games this year. And of course, I'm going to be at college this fall, so that's going to mean getting up early to watch a noon game.
So you're worried about getting out of bed before noon when you're in college?
I mean, that's what college students do on a Sunday. They lay in bed till noon or 1 o'clock.
That's what some college students do.
I'm pretty sure during COVID, I'm pretty sure I know people that did that.
Well, yeah, we do know who would have done that. But anyway, you'll get up because you really want to watch football games. If I know you, I know one thing: you'll get up and get motivated to. Just
as long as the game's not at 9:30 in the morning, I'm okay.
I don't think they're playing overseas, so I think you're safe. You got it. Yeah. Matter of fact, they were kind of upset that they didn't get to play overseas. So let's see. I think it'll be good. Again, I'm always excited. You just want to see players emerge and come out. So the NFL's about ready to get rolling. Pardon the pun. Getting ready to kick off their preseason and training camps.
Are you going to watch any preseason?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll still listen to baseball. I kind of stick with my Royals right up until the
and Danny and Jake.
And Rex and Ryan and everybody. So
Haas.
Yep, Haas. He's on the MLB Network now.
Yeah,
big time. Yeah, so that's good. Well, Emmett, we've covered the Royals. We've got a little thing in on the World Cup, which is always good. But we wanted to save some time, even though we had an unscripted cameo appearance by Miss Twiggy earlier. So again, pardon the technical difficulties, but it's just life with a cat. So tell me one of your favorite cat stories.
So this is back to Oreo, who you heard about in the previous episode, but she had this little cardboard box that she used to lay in.
It was like a shoe box or something.
I don't
Yeah.
know. And it was like small rectangular box, but like she loved that box. And then we had a little piece of lace for her that we'd run around with, and she'd chase after it and try and grab it and attack it.
Mm-hmm.
And then occasionally we would put the lace on top of her in the box, and she looked so cute.
She was cute. Yeah, that little box, and your mom had a nice little fur lining. She'd crawl in there and all snuggle up. Yeah, Oreo was pretty special. You guys had a good bond, didn't you?
Maybe if I can remember when I edit this, probably Monday, I'll download a picture of Oreo from my phone and put it at the end of the video, and maybe a picture of Twiggy if it feel like it.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. I want
keywords feel like it.
Yeah. Well, feline like it. I think that'd be good to put a picture of Oreo and Twiggy.
What's your favorite cat story?
Well, favorite, how do you pick amongst all the cat stories I could possibly tell? I think the one I like the most is late as we're all getting ready to go to bed. I like how Twiggy comes out at night and jumps up on the kitchen island and just sort of stares at me and gives me this long stare like, when are you going to sit down and watch the late news so I can crawl up on your lap and take a nap? And, I'll be running around doing something, and she's just kind of, staring me down. And then I go over and sit in the chair, and she jumps up on the sofa, gets on the arm, and just kind of looks at me as like, you need to put the blanket over you, because I like laying on the blanket. And then she jumps in my lap, and she takes a little snooze while I watch the late news, which is kind of comforting. It's a nice, calm, cat-like Zen moment to end our day.
I still remember today I found out we got Twiggy. I was picked up from Horizon. It was a sunny day, and this is right after the Chiefs blew it late to the Chargers, which we still tease people in our house about that one.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Because they got so upset over something minuscule.
They blew that game.
Anyway,
back to the cat.
Dad told me, I have a surprise for you or something at home, and I said, what? And he went, meow. I was like, no, it's too early, because this was like 6 months after Oreo died, and I wanted to have a year-long grieving period, but that wasn't allowed. So I was like, no, it's too early. And I came home, and she was down in the basement, and I believe on Christmas Eve she came upstairs for the first time.
She did. Yeah, she was kind of, nervous about her new dwelling. So, yeah, there was a lot of – you wanted an official year of mourning for Oreo, and your mom was anxious to get another cat. And I'm sort of stuck in the middle with that. But we found a compromise. It was a good, 5-6 months afterwards, near the holidays. And aren't you glad we have Twiggy?
Yeah.
She's got her own personality.
Yeah.
And to this day, when there's something going on, or she, we got company or vendors coming by, she'll run down to the basement. She's got a few secret hidey places she likes to go, just to kind of get secluded.
One of my favorite Twiggy things is she has these little puff balls that we call babies, because she was a mom at one point, long story short anyway. But so she'll put one of those in her mouth and walk by me on the basement and go, oh. Yeah. And then she'll drop it somewhere down here, and she'll run upstairs and go, for like a minute straight. And then,
and sometimes she'll bring a couple up, and she likes to bring them up and run up and kind of look at you with the baby cat, fake cat in her mouth, and go, and drop it at your feet. It's kind of cute. Yeah. She did that a lot when we first got her. She hasn't done that as much of late, but she still does.
Of course, now that you've said that, she'll probably do it tonight.
Yeah, she might. Maybe she'll come running down and jump on camera with the baby. Wouldn't that be a great way to disrupt our podcast?
Yeah.
But yeah, Oreo's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
She never, I said it before, and I'll say it again. She never had it so good until you and your mom came into her life.
And we called Mom the cat whisperer when we had Oreo.
She's a special person with cats, and special all the way around, right? And she's been a good dog mom, too.
Yeah.
She takes good care of Logan. So we'll have to do SPOD, sports, politics, and occasionally dogs.
We could do
get
that.
Logan on, but he's kind of camera shy. But what else do we want to talk about? How do we want to wrap this up? We're really happy to be back with you. Thanks for letting us diverge a few weeks ago and do a little talk about the environment and all the things we want to do to help us all remember that we've only got one planet and we need to protect it.
Yeah, it's kind of an extension of our environmental science classes this spring.
Yep. I'll miss having you taking classes with you this fall, but we're excited for your opportunity to go off to university and matriculate in kind of the next journey in your life.
And then after I finish 2 years in that program, I'm done doing college.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but we're hoping to do a few shows while Emmett's on the road and do them remotely. We'll work on the technology. Like we always say, we're honing our craft. But we're really thankful for all our friends and family and followers. We're building our audience. What are we trying to do, Emmett?
Please like, share, and subscribe to our podcast, as it helps fuel our mission and be as popular as the Kelsey brothers. And we hit a mini milestone. We now have 20 20 subscribers. Let's try and make it 25 before I go to college.
Yep. So please share it away and help build our audience. And thanks for listening in. And our apologies for our cameo appearance by Miss Twiggy and the few technical disruptions we had. But thanks for sticking with us through that. And see you soon on
Sports, politics, and occasionally cats. We're going to have an episode out for the trade deadline. Don't worry.
Okay, great. Looking forward to talking again. Thanks. Hey, this is Mark, and thanks for joining us today on Sports, Politics, and Occasionally Cats. SPOC. What a great show we had today, Emmett. Those were wonderful stories. I can't wait to follow up and listen again on all the usual sites where you get podcasts. Go to Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you find your podcast. And it's SPOC. Sports, Politics, and Occasionally Cats. Wow, that's a great, funny story we had about that cat today, Emmett. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to hearing you on our next show.